So let's talk about narcissists. You know, those charming people who can make you feel like you're the only one in the room until they make you feel like you're invisible. I'm here to tell you why I will never date a narcissist again. Seriously, I'd rather go on a blind date with a cactus. At least the cactus wouldn't pretend to care about my feelings while draining my soul. Now let's rewind a bit. Picture this. I'm out there swiping right like I'm trying to win a game of Tinder bingo, and I matched with this girl who was just captivating. She had that magnetic energy like a black hole sucking in everything and everyone around her. I thought, wow, I'm so lucky. Spoiler alert, I was not lucky. I was about to dive into a relationship that would make a soap opera look like a peaceful afternoon tea. In the beginning, everything was perfect. She was funny, smart, and had this way of making me feel like I was the star of a romantic comedy. But soon I started noticing some red flags. You know, those little hints that, in hindsight, should have been blaring like a fire alarm. But love is blind, and I was practically running a marathon with my eyes closed. First red flag, she was the queen of the humble brag. Oh, I just casually saved a puppy from a burning building and then cured world hunger before breakfast. Meanwhile, I'm over here celebrating my victory of getting out of bed before noon. But it didn't stop there. Every time I shared something about my day, she'd somehow turn it into a competition. Oh, you went to a party? Well, I was at a gala with the mayor. It was like I was dating a walking Wikipedia page of her accomplishments. I should have known I was in trouble when she started using I more than a toddler learning to talk. Next came the emotional roller coaster. One minute she was showering me with affection, and the next she was giving me the silent treatment because I forgot to compliment her on her new haircut. I mean, I thought it looked great, but apparently my lack of enthusiasm was a declaration of war. Who knew that forgetting to notice a few inches of hair could lead to emotional warfare? I felt like I was tiptoeing through a minefield, and every misstep could blow up in my face. And let's talk about gaslighting. Oh boy, I'm pretty sure I could have written a book on that alone. Did I say that? You're just being overly sensitive. You're imagining things. I started questioning my own sanity. I remember one night I asked her if she'd been flirting with someone at a party, and she looked at me like I just suggested we adopt a pet rock. How could you think that? You must be projecting your insecurities. I mean, I was just trying to figure out if I needed to hire a private investigator or if I was just being paranoid. Then came the infamous love bombing. You know, when they shower you with affection and compliments to the point where you're convinced you've won the relationship lottery? It's like they're trying to build a castle in your heart, only to set it on fire later. One week, I was the love of her life, and the next, I was just another character in her drama. I felt like I was in a twisted version of The Bachelor, where I was the only contestant who didn't get the rose. And let's not forget the emotional toll. I became a shell of myself. I was anxious, constantly second-guessing my every move, and I started avoiding my friends because I was too exhausted from the emotional gymnastics. I mean, I was practically training for the Olympics in emotional acrobatics, and all I got was a medal for surviving. After months of this chaos, I finally had my aha moment. I was sitting on my couch, surrounded by empty ice cream containers and a mountain of self-help books, when it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was in a toxic relationship. I realized that I had to choose between my sanity and this roller coaster ride from hell. So I made the decision to walk away, and let me tell you, it felt like I just escaped from a cult. But the healing process? Oh, that was a whole other adventure. I started educating myself about narcissism, and it was like peeling back the layers of an onion. Lots of tears, but ultimately I was left with something that didn't make me cry. I learned about self-worth, boundaries, and the importance of surrounding myself with people who uplift me instead of dragging me down. Now, I'm not saying that all narcissists are evil. Some of them are just really good at hiding their true colors. But I've learned to spot the red flags like I'm playing a game of Where's Waldo? I'm now the queen of setting boundaries. And if someone tries to cross them, I'll be like, excuse me, that's a no-go zone. So if you're out there navigating the dating scene, take it from me. Trust your instincts, don't ignore those red flags, And remember that you deserve a partner who lifts you up, not one who drains your energy like a vampire at a blood bank. And if you've ever found yourself in a relationship with a narcissist, know that you're not alone. Let's share our stories, support each other, and build a community where we can thrive. Because life is too short to date someone who thinks the world revolves around them, unless they're paying for dinner, in which case, I'll consider it. So let's raise a glass to self-love, healthy relationships, and a future free from narcissists. Cheers to that.